Welcome to yogadownload.com. I'm Kristen Bakken, and today this is like an intro to Rockin Bhakti Yoga. It's just a little 20-minute short practice of things that I think are fundamental in the practice of Bhakti Yoga. One of the things that most typically is how people differentiate a Bhakti class from the rest is that we sing. And so before we start the physical practice, I'd like to speak to why we sing. When Patanjali wrote the Yoga Sutras many, many years ago, he wrote 3 words about the physical practice. 3 words in what is like an epic-long poem. And those 3 words have become 99% of what we do in our practice of yoga, which in my opinion, in my own practice, is a great entry to the practice of yoga. But what has become obvious to me is that our connection to our breath, our connection to what holds the divine in it, what is a blessing in our lives, has really propelled me further, not only in my life, but actually in my poses. When I start to experience the pose like it's our opportunity to connect with the divine, I have a more profound experience in it. And so the addition of singing in the practice generally is a calling out of the names of the Hindu deities. Does this mean that the practice then becomes Hindu? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Could it be? Yes. The same way that the practice can be spiritual, but it isn't necessarily for everyone. And so when we lift our voices, it's a use of our breath and the names of the divine, not just as the divine over there, but the divine that's right here, that's in this seat. And so today we're going to call out 2 names of the divine, Radhe and Govinda. And when they are depicted, they often almost fade into one another. You cannot see where one ends and the next begins. And Govinda is known as God in all forms, in every form, and Radhe is known as the lover of God. And so if they actually blend into one another, then maybe God and the lover of God are the same thing. That's as fast as I can maybe and briefly as I can explain some of the reasons why we chant. I chant because it makes me feel good too. It connects me with my breath. And so I will sing it, and then I'll sing it again, and these ladies will join me, and you can join me at home. Radhe and Govinda. Here we go. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe. Let's sing it. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe. Try it. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Govinda. Let your hands come over your heart, the right hand to the heart and the left hand over that hand. We begin the practice of Bhakti Yoga, or just this simple practice, with a moment of stillness, one of gratitude. To those blessings that in them hold the divine. And then bow the head to the heart. Lift the head, open the eyes, release the arms, and come to downward facing dog. We roll over the knees. We place the hands firmly with intention on the mat. The toes tuck and the knees lift. The arms be strong. Take just a little bit of play here with the legs, maybe bending a knee and then the other. In this short practice today, we open ourselves to the possibility of living from the heart. We will practice back bends. We will release the congestion from the front of the heart. Move into the strength of the shoulder blades. Take one more breath in your downward facing dog, strong arms, long torso. And then exhale, gaze forward, travel to the top of your space, feet together. As you inhale, lift halfway, gaze forward, back of neck long. Exhale, touch the floor and fold forward, chin to chest, head heavy. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart, soft bow of the head. Release the arms down beside you and let them lift again, mountain pose. From the hips hinge, lead more with the heart than the head. Bow forward, fingers to the earth. Chin to the chest. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step back to high plank position. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes. We're going to take 3 Cobra Poses today. As you inhale, roll up. Draw the shoulder blades back. Draw the elbows back. Let the chin be level with the earth. Exhale, chin to the mat, lower down. 2 more with breath. Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring yourself back down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and press to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Big breath in. Full exhale out. Take an inhale. Gaze forward, bend your knees, and travel to the top of your space. Toes touch. We lift halfway, inhale. Touch the floor and fold, exhale. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop the hips, lift the arms, navel in, look up. And then take the hands behind you, airplane the arms, palms down, heart forward. Interlace all 10 fingers behind you. Gaze forward. You can always clasp at elbows. And then exhale, press down through the feet and fold. Chest expansion. Take 3 breaths here. Head is heavy. The knees can be bent. The torso moves toward the thighs. 2 breaths. Allow the palms to move closer together. The shoulder blades to move toward the spine. 1 more. Release the hands down to the earth. Exhale and inhale. Gaze forward. Lift halfway. We take our first chaturanga from high plank to mid plank. This time, come halfway down and pause. Untuck the toes and inhale. Move your heart through. Upward facing. Exhale. Send your hips high to downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Right foot steps forward. Between your hands, left heel finds the earth. For warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A, the back toes point slightly forward as you reach the arms up. Exhale and soften the shoulders behind you. Feel them move in toward the spine. Draw the navel in, make the back leg stronger. And exhale, drop deeper into your right knee. Lift the gaze, inhale. Hands move behind the back. Exhale, interlace the fingers. Lift your heart, lift your gaze as you draw the fist down. And exhale, humble warrior. Allow your shoulders to fall inside the right knee. The chin can move toward the chest and the fist lifts up and over. We take 3 breaths. Draw your outer right hip back toward your left heel. The hips are working toward the front of the mat. 1 more full breath. Exhale, frame your right foot with your hands, place them on the earth, pop the back heel, and inhale, high plank, strong body, gaze forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. For Shalambhasana, locust, lots of hands tied behind the back. That must be what Bhakti is about, hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, draw the entire arm, right arm toward the left and the left arm toward the right. Root down into the earth, navel in and inhale, lift up. Lift your legs up, lift your heart up. Allow the back of your neck to be long. Lift the back of your head and your big toe mounds toward the ceiling. For 3, try not to hold on to the breath. For 2, 1, nicely done, lower down. Hands beneath the armpits, tuck the toes, lift the knees and rise. High plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath to reset, strong arms. Draw the navel in, lift the hips high. Reach the heels down, exhale, and then place your left foot between your hands, top of the mat. Right heel to the floor. Root down and rise up, Virabhadrasana A. Look up, but then soften down deeper. Allow yourself to move toward the floor and then rise up and out of your waistline. Strong legs, exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers the uncomfortable way. Inhale, reach the fist down, lift the heart high. And exhale, humble warrior. Chin can move toward the chest as the shoulders fall inside your left knee. Notice the tendency for the left hip to move out to the left. Draw it back towards your right heel. Allow the right leg to remain strong and be with 1 full round breath. Hands to the floor, they frame the left foot. The right heel pops up, inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Interlace the fingers behind the back. You know it, second set, move right into it. Inhale, rise up, Shalambhasana. Look at the floor in front of your yoga space. Spread your toes open wide. Move your heart forward, get longer. And then exhale, release. Hands beneath the armpits, toes tuck under, knees lift. We rise to plank. Hips high, downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Gaze forward and make your journey to your bottom. So bring your feet forward and through the hands. Excuse me, lay all the way down onto your back. Bring your heels in towards your hips. Bring your fingers towards your heels. Allow the shoulder blades to draw in toward the spine. Root down through your feet. We're going to take Setu, Bandha, Sarvangasana, bridge pose. Back of head presses down, and on the inhale, rise up. Lift your hips up. Allow your chest to move towards your chin and your chin to move away from the chest. You can interlace the fingers because I know you love it, or you can leave them apart. Legs strong, knees draw in energetically, hips a little bit higher. And then exhale, come on down. Let your knees touch, let the feet widen. Place a hand on the heart and a hand on the belly. The practice of Bhakti Yoga. Another one of its components is this life of service, that in fact, this world was not necessarily created to revolve around me or you. And instead, it's here so that we can serve, so that we can offer out whatever it is we have to someone else. So with the hand on the heart and the hand on the belly, consider someone in your life that's worth bending over backwards for. Hold them in your heart as you set the feet back up, hip width distance. Now yogi's choice, you can take bridge where we just were, Setu, Bandha, Sarvangasana, or you can place the hands beside the ears for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Allow your feet to remain pointing forward. Draw the navel in and then inhale, rise up, lift the hips or come to the top of the head, and exhale, work to straighten the arms, to expand the heart, and to literally bend over backwards for another. We take 3 breaths in and out. 2 more. Move the heart away from the hips. 1 more, strong legs. Tuck the chin in. If you're in full wheel, come to the back of the head and then lower all the way down. Hips find the earth, the toes or the soles of the feet come together, the knees open wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a position with your arms that's comfortable for you. So hands to belly or beside you, or even over the head. 3 breaths. Using the strength of your inner thighs, draw your knees toward one another. Bring them into your chest and rock yourself up to a seated position. Cross the soles of feet to touch. Knees open wide. So we're still in Baddha Konasana here. This time lift up. So allow your hips to move back. Maybe even move the fleshy bits back. Press the feet into one another. The knees will widen. Let the heart lead. Gaze forward. Allow the thigh bones to settle into the pelvic bowl. The heart to move out in front of you. You can use the elbows on the legs to widen knees, but try to keep the heart moving forward. Gazing out in front of you, come all the way up. Allow the feet to remain touching, but extend them a little further out in front of you. Allow the hands to come beneath the shins, around toward the ankles, and this time round forward. Chin to chest, forehead toward the heels. Know that the people who can bring their face really close to their feet just know what their feet smell like. Breathe into your back body. Come on up. The feet move in just slightly. The left hand comes to right knee, right hand behind you. Just a breath and a gentle twist, heart high. Gaze back. Let's take it the other direction. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Lift the heart. Shift the gaze. Come back to center as you inhale. Cross your legs in front of you. Close your eyes and sit in stillness for just a breath or 2. Doesn't take much to stir the heart. To begin the process of waking up to enlightening ourselves in each moment. The palms touch at heart center. Bow the head to the heart, to your own light, to your own goodness. Lift the thumbs to your forehead, inhale. Bow forward, sealing this short practice. Namaste. Om Bolo Shri Satguru Bhagavana Ki Jai. After all this time, we thought it was about us. There's something bigger going on, and to that we say Jai, we say victory. Thank you so much. I'm Kristen Bakke, and this is yogadownload.com. Be well, my friends.